Join Dalton and Jacob as they discuss the ever-changing world of trading card games. TCG Buzz starts now.
What's up, Buzz Squad? It's your boy Dalton, back at it again. With Jacob.
Hello. That's all I have to say.
That's all you have to say?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Totally, this episode's not going to be 90% Jacob talking. Okay.
It's going to be 95.
It just might be 95% Jacob talking, so I'm not going to talk anymore during the intro. Go.
All right. So remember, guys, we have Super Chat. So if you want to support us, Super Chat. Yeah, that's basically it for intro. So I guess it's time to intro your ranting session.
Oh, wait, I actually do have one thing first. We tried this like 5 minutes ago and our internet died. So if our internet died during this, I'm sorry. Blame Spectrum.
Whoa. Shots fired. Shots fired. But today, Jacob is going to talk about, and I might throw some input here and there. Doubtful. I didn't watch all of the events going on. But you're going to be talking about the BCS Championship Finals, Worlds, whatever it's called, and how it kind of went down, right?
That's the gist of it, yeah.
All right. So, get into it.
Oh, this is so weird. I have all the power, the control. I get to say whatever I want.
Dalton, just stop stream.
So first, I'd like to say that BCS happened. The World Championships for all three of Bushiroad's primary card games. No, not Dragonborn. Oof. Happened over the weekend for Vanguard, Weiss, and Buddyfight. And Bushiroad streamed the event, if you don't know already. And there were some pretty major problems throughout the entire event that I'd like to go into and talk about. Not just as a fan of those card games, but with someone who has insight into how the behind-the-scenes stuff works. Specifically because on TCG Buzz and some of the other channels that we run here, we actually run a bunch of other channels, if you know. You can ask me about that on Discord if you'd like. I've done this for 2-3 years now, and I'd like to think I know what I'm saying when it comes to production values and running a good live stream and stuff like that. So I thought I really want to give my input on exactly what went wrong, but also what went right with the event. So I hope you guys will enjoy that, and I'm sorry if I make anyone triggered or anything like that. I'm not trying to. I'm trying to have an honest discussion with you guys. Comments are on our Discord. There we go. So I'm going to start with what I viewed of the event. I logged in as TCG Buzz, knowing, that's what I wanted to represent myself as, not just as Jacob, but I went in as TCG Buzz. And I watched about the first hour and a half of the live stream and commented and had a fun time just memeing in the chat. It felt weird being on the other side of that for once, You get what I'm saying, right, Dalton?
What?
It was weird for me being on the other side of the chat because I got to meme in the comments instead of being the one reacting to the memes in the comments, I watched for a while, and then I had other stuff I had to get to and do and whatnot, adult life stuff. So I was away for quite a while, but I returned around the 6-7 hour mark and watched for another hour or two before having to take a break again. I did not sit through the entire thing on my own. I did watch through parts of it after the fact and skim through the entire 10-hour behemoth and watch the separate video they uploaded for Buddyfight. We'll get to that. So I did not watch every second of it. Just please know that. So I might say something a little inaccurately or something like that, but I'm going to do my best. All right. So I'm going to pull up my notes because I actually prepared for this. It's kind of weird for me. And I have things in order how I'd like to talk about them. The first thing is a little bit of criticism. I'm going to try and mix together criticism and compliments. First thing is criticism, and that's on the visibility of the stream. I like to think of myself as someone who's very well connected into the things that Bushiroad does. I follow them on Twitter. I'm in all their Facebook pages, all that stuff. I think I'm well connected with them. Maybe I'm not that well connected, though, because I had no idea this was going on. If it had not been for someone, I wish I had checked beforehand, I'm sorry, posting it on our Discord, on the TCG Buzz Discord, I would not have known this was going on. Maybe it's because I had more stuff going on. Maybe that's just a me thing. I did notice that Bushiroad didn't do as much of the letting people know this was happening as they could have. For example, the actual stream was on the Bushiroad channel, which I'm going to be perfectly honest, I didn't even know existed. Did you know it existed, Dalton? Like there was a separate generic Bushiroad channel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've watched stuff. If that's where like their Dragonborn stuff, like tutorials and stuff was posted, then I've watched stuff, but I wasn't subscribed to that. But I was subscribed to the Buddyfight and Vanguard channels. But they put it on the Bushiroad channel, which makes sense. You know, it's for all their games, not just one. But they didn't do anything on those other channels to announce it. Why not a couple-minute teaser video saying, hey, you know, tomorrow you can check this out on this, or something along those lines. That would have been a good improvement. And just being more visible in your communities and your social media and telling people. I don't know if... I assume they put something on their website, but I'm not certain. Websites. So next, I'd like to talk about the beginning of the actual live stream. So the live stream, I don't have the exact minute amount, but they live stream early, as you do. You'll notice if you watch this that we started our live stream early. This is for the live streamer or their production team to make sure that the stream is running good. You have no connection problems, anything like that. Yeah, no kidding. If we didn't have our hold minute for a couple minutes as we started, we would have gone into starting talking and then had our live stream crash for the last time when Spectrum ruined everything for us. It's an important tool for people doing streams like this. Also, for us, I know people have asked us, you know, why do you have this thing at the beginning of your live stream? For us, we use it as time to share the episode and get people to see it. Sometimes that works, and we get, 30, 40 people joining us. Sometimes maybe it's bad timing or whatnot. We only have a couple. Right now we have 11 people watching live. Not our biggest number, but that's okay. I think... Bushi had the right idea doing that, but the wrong execution. It's a tool I'm generally proud of. But what you should do with it is what we do. Put something up that's non-distracting, that lets people know, hey, this is going to start sometime soon. We're getting things ready. Not like that. Not 3,000 ads for Weiss Schwarz in a row. To be fair, there were some Vanguard and Buddyfight mixed in, but it was mostly Weiss Schwarz. And here's the problem with that. I don't mind the giving us ads. That's not my problem. I watch the actual episodes of their animes, and sometimes I don't watch all that often, but when I do, I don't mind the ads. They should be able to advertise their products. The problem is when you have hundreds of them in a row. And I get it. You can mute your video. You can do all that junk. I understand. But I did not do that because I was worried that, they'd start and I'd miss it. Something like that. The number of ads was exhausting. And I think that time was used poorly. So I have two alternate suggestions. One, use a hold graphic like we do. Instead of using a bunch of your advertisements, because your advertisements, Bushi, are not designed for watching hundreds in a row. They're very repetitive. You don't have that many of them for current products. They're just naturally repetitive. For example, most of them use the same exact music tracks and are just an announcer, usually the same 2-3 people, saying something about the product. That doesn't make entertaining video. If anything, I'd classify it as a minor form of torture. So you can either do a hold graphic, which I know that's not exciting, or, and here's one of my big things, and I'll wrap back to this towards the end, but why not use that time for something cool? Particularly, you have these announcers who are commentating over your videos. Why not give them a pregame show? What do you think of that idea?
Pregame show, like, give us a good example of a
maybe
pregame
they
show.
can, a pregame show is meant to summarize the event. Maybe for someone who's a little less familiar with it, to get them accustomed and maybe line up those dominoes they're going to be knocking down in their commentary. So maybe give a brief summary of, where you're at, what you're doing, maybe a brief, tiny overview of how things have changed in the last year for each game. The decks that are doing well. Doesn't have to be elaborate, but maybe something like that would be a good idea. Plus, I think it would help for the more casual fans of those card games. Or like for me, I'm really into Buddyfight, and I was there to watch Buddyfight stuff. But I know Vanguard. I just haven't played it in a couple months, so maybe a refresher would have been good. Or especially for Weiss Schwarz, which I was still interested in watching a little. Tell me what's going on with the game, because I don't know anything about it at all. I have played Weiss Schwarz in over 2 years, and the last time I did, the Weiss Schwarz community hated me.
Yes, they did.
Yes,
they did.
Yes, they did. Anything going on in chat?
Just more internet crap. It's been a joy trying to make sure internet's working. It keeps cutting in and out, but it's chugging.
We'll do our best. And I will summarize towards the end if things... Yeah, I can see even our thing is not having a fun time. Man!
Maybe we should try a different live streaming program.
I don't know. I think it's our internet being...
Well, there's that
sucky.
too. But I also just want to use a different one.
I'm going to keep on chugging. I'm sorry if parts of this get missed. I have no control. But that... I'm going to use our current situation, as a springboard to talk about something. Because that's what a good talker, speech person... man, my point just...
What were you trying to
Nothing.
say?
I'm going to use our current internet problems as a springboard to talk about something.
Nice.
And that's when things go wrong. Because there are some events, some problems that will come up in your live streams, in your big events, when you're hosting tournaments or stuff like that. You can really use this as as advice for anything. There will always be things that come up that you were not prepared for. And things will go horribly wrong, and you're going to have to deal with it. And for us, it's our live stream cutting out every now and then. So I am going to use my experience with this type of thing to make the judgment on, are we going to continue? Are we not? As well as, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue, but I'm going to wrap around and talk about the things I'm going to talk about maybe a couple times in case part of this gets missed. That's a decent solution to a bad situation. So you need to be prepared for those. And Bushiroad almost did okay here. There were some problems, and their primary problem was time. Time was the problem here. Particularly, and I'm going to be honest, as someone who's live streamed on YouTube for 2 years or so, on several different channels, I did not know about this. YouTube has a limit for your live streams.
I don't think we would ever know if there was a limit if it wasn't thanks to Bushi.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. So there is a limit on YouTube for live streams. They cannot be more than 10 hours long. The day that we do a 10-hour live stream, there's, I don't know, There's going to have to be some crazy extenuating circumstances or something. You know, I think our longest ever have been 2.5 hours. And that's a grueling process for us. But they hit the 10-hour mark. And the argument here being there were some extenuating circumstances between some people said Weiss Schwarz ran a little longer than it was supposed to. I'm not certain if it did. I'm not a Schwarz guy, so I'm not going to say if that's definitive. Some people said there was a problem during one of the Vanguard matches with a great nature player. I'm not going to talk about that because I did not watch that, quite frankly. I did not sit through that. But those are the two reasons given that I've seen. But my argument right here is the reasons don't matter. It happened, right?
Yeah.
So the question is, how do you deal with that and respond to that situation? And this is where Bushiroad could have done really well or really poorly. And I'm going to argue they did not do the worst job, but they're not on the good side of the scale. Okay? How do I say this? I think the problem here was that they were not prepared for this outcome. The time stretch was too long, and they realized, I think probably around the 6-7 hour mark, somewhere around there, right when they made this change to Weiss Schwarz, that they were not going to squeeze everything in. At that point, they had a couple options for what they could have done. They could have cut some matches from the live stream. They could have reordered things to make things better. They could have done a second live stream after the fact, or they could have uploaded the filmed content to their YouTube channels. They did the last option with a little rescheduling around too. If you watch it, you see that the finals for, I believe, standard for Vanguard got moved around a little time-wise. But the big thing being the fact that some of the matches got cut, particularly Buddyfight stuff got cut. Right?
What happened about Buddyfight?
Buddyfight stuff got cut from the live stream, yes?
I don't know. I didn't watch that live stream.
Oh.
I watched the Buddyfight live stream.
So they streamed later part of the finals, but not everything, right?
That was kind of sketchy, but yeah.
Let's set aside for the moment the fact that the live stream they did later for Buddyfight stuff was terrible in quality compared to the original. The first live stream, the production values were okay. Not great, not terrible. I think they did a great job with sound balancing. I was actually really impressed by how the sound sounded. Sound is very important when you're going to be listening to people talk for a long amount of time, and I thought they did a really good job with that. I also think that the graphics used and whatnot were really nice. I think the overlay they used over the actual gameplay footage was a little too big and caused the image of the cards and whatnot to be squished down a little too much, but that's a minor nitpick. Overall, though, the second one is bad. The sound quality is much worse. It sounds like they're recording in a storage closet with 12 other people in it. The camera framing is not very good. The background's very uninteresting. And you don't have secondary or third cameras. It looks amateur. Saying that as someone who is an amateur, it looks amateur. It looks worse than our videos. And I'm not trying to brag with that. I think our videos are okay, quality-wise, but...
Yeah, especially right now with your glaring crap.
I know, right? Oof.
And it's only yours. I don't know why. Like, it doesn't happen with me, but yours for some reason. The camera no like you.
Bushiroad, a company that makes millions upon millions of dollars. Not saying they're the richest company in the business or anything like that, but a company like that should not be making worse quality videos than two guys. Dalton and I are not a corporation, are we?
Well, I try to run you like I'm a corporation, but it doesn't work all the time.
Well, we are just two guys, two fans. Fans should not be making better quality content than the official channels. That's like if, you know, there's the new Star Wars movies, right? And then you had the Vader thing, which was like a fan film. That's like if reasons why you do these live streams, why you show your matches at that type of event. One, it's for the people right here, right now, who want to see what's the best in the game. They want to see the deck specifically. They want to see, oh, are Dimension Dragons doing good? Yes, they are. Oh, what's going on in Premium for Vanguard? That kind of thing. And that will help them maybe learn more about the meta of their card games. The goal with that being, get more people to your events. Number 2 on the list is make them interested about the people involved. I've talked before. You can look at our State of Buddyfight 2019 video where it's listening to him. And I thought he did a great job. I hate Weiss Schwarz.
Whoa. Hate is a very strong word in today's era.
No, I hate Weiss Schwarz.
Okay.
Not cooling that fire down at all.
Noticed.
The third reason, though, is the...
Pretty ballsy. Do you want to say, let's stop this stream here and just make this into a video so that we know for a fact?
Dang it.
Does that sound like a plan to you?
I'm very sorry, guys.
I'm just looking at what they're saying. They're all like, man, I wish they also record their live stream so we can like get the better ones. I feel like we should look into that, you know, recording our live streams as we live stream, you know, and maybe just doing this as a normal video, you know, just to save
or getting our internet fixed.
That too, but yeah. So what do you say?
I say this really sucks, and I'm going to practice what I preach. And the last comment I'm going to make, we're going to redo this tomorrow. Tomorrow, specifically. Whether or not it's edited and uploaded or a live stream with our internet fixed, that'll be determined a little bit later. But this allows me, again, to springboard off and make a point. When the stuff happened with Bushiroad, and they had their problems, I think they did a very poor job of communicating what they were going to do about it. There was a brief, 5-minute stretch in the live stream where they talked about what was going on and where you could find things. But that was 5 minutes. So if anyone skipped that part, they missed it. And go watch the big live stream, the big chunk, and just look at the post comments on it. Not the live stream chat, but the comments. The one big thing you find there is confusion. People didn't get what was going on. So the most important thing, when something goes wrong, communicate. So that's what we're going to do. Right now, I'm going to say we're going to do this again tomorrow. I'm so sorry, guys. Internet sucks. Thank you, Spectrum. And then I'm going to post about this in our social media channels pretty much everywhere I can. After we're done with this, you can find it on our Discord, our Instagram, our Facebook pages, all that stuff. And the posts I've already made in different group chats and whatnot for this event, I'm going to go on and comment and explain what's going on and make sure people know what's going on and what's happening. That's important. And if you don't know why that's important, that's kind of weird. And then we're going to redo this tomorrow. Okay? And tomorrow I'll send a reminder out, too. All that stuff. I think the communication is important. You agree?
I do agree.
All right.
So I hate to have this end shortly, but I have to do the correct thing as producer of this live stream. Call it short. So make sure to subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss the notification of tomorrow's live stream / video, whatever it ends up being. Follow us on Instagram. Join our Discord so you can stay up to date on these things. Check out our shop. Links are in the description. And above all else, I'm sorry about our internet. We can only do so much. Stay classy, y'all.
Thanks for listening to TCG Buzz. New episodes can be found on tcgbuzz.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. For box openings, deck profiles, and more, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.